Rise and shine on Australia's Vision Christian Radio.
Well, Phil, a friend of mine, Rob Porter, and his wonderful wife, Heather, are in the Ukraine right now, serving God in the midst of a real crisis, and he joins us on the line now. Rob, welcome to Rise and Shine.
Hey, guys. Good morning. It's great to speak to you.
Well, great to speak to you. We're glad you're safe and well. Rob, in a nutshell, tell us what you've been doing in the Ukraine.
Yeah, so I started coming over about a month after the war started. In here, this is my fourth visit. So basically we come over and we've been raising money in Australia for a church in Uzhhorod, which is on the border of Slovakia. It's in the far west of Ukraine. And we've been raising money to help a Baptist church here because they have been inundated with refugees, although they're actually displaced persons from the war zone. They've served thousands of people, so they turned their whole church basically into a dormitory for refugees. They serve over 1,400 hot meals a day, and they have just been amazing. So we come over and we encourage the pastors because obviously they can feel a little bit invisible because the war's gone on so long. And we also just help on the ground by serving meals, talking to the refugees and just encouraging wherever we can, just very hands-on ministry.
Wow. What is it like in the churches and with the pastors in Ukraine at the moment?
Yeah, very good question. Look, they want the war to be over, of course, and they with all their hearts they do. But I would say that they are rallying. Not every church is doing that, but the Baptist Union in the Ukraine has been very strong in this. And they've opened up their churches to allow people to come in, not just sending them home at the end of the day. They literally, in their auditoriums where they hold their Sunday services, they have beds set out during the night. But the pastors, Pastor David Orosh and his wife, Alla, who we are here with, they are just an amazing couple. They've got such a vision, and they keep talking about after the war. So what they're doing is just incredible. They're just such an amazing... So spirits are high, but obviously, they get worn down. There's a lot of mental health issues amongst pastors as well because they're having to deal with a lot of stuff as well.
So I'm sure they enjoy foreigners coming over like you guys, Robin, just sort of sharing the journey with them for a couple of weeks and encouraging them and just being there for them?
Yeah, they really do, Andrew. They've said, very honestly, and they're not complaining. A lot of people say they will come, but probably I think we've been, and I'm not blowing my trumpet, but I think we've been the most consistent in that we have turned up every year or sometimes twice a year. And very honestly, we all know what it's like to feel overlooked sometimes. And they understand that people don't want to come to a war zone. It is a much safer part of Ukraine. We're not very near the war zone, but there are risks involved, and so people don't want to necessarily cross the border out of the safety, come into Ukraine. But like I say, we've been 4 times, and we'll continue to do so into the future.
Well, Rob, can we just say across Australia right now, well done for representing us. You're representing the Australian Church, you and your wife and that team with you. And I think you've bought vehicles in the past, haven't you? You've helped them buy minibuses to transport these refugees. Is that what you've done over there?
Yeah, that's right. So when I initially came over, I really felt a call to come over. I felt the Lord speak to me, and within 5 days I was sitting on a plane flying to the Ukraine. I must admit, on the flight I was thinking, what have I done? But what confirmed it was that people gave me $55,000 from all over Australia within 5 days, and came over and bought 2 vehicles for them. One was used for taking stuff, gifts and things like that, and food and Bibles to the war zone in the east. And that, the drivers had put their lives at risk as well. And then the other van was used to bring refugees from the train station to the churches around the town. We've been able to do that. And since then, we've supplied cabins for families to live in on the church property. They've put up 14 or 15, I think it's actually 20 cabins now around the church property so that families can have a little bit of privacy as well.
Oh, beautiful. Rob, what a blessing that so many people have been able to get involved and you can be there on the ground. Across this country, I'm sure there are so many people whose hearts are being stirred for the Ukraine as you're talking. What can they be praying for as their minds turn to the Ukraine this morning?
Yeah, they can definitely pray for the pastors and leaders of the churches. They are very tired and they're very worn out, but they're also seeing many people turn to Christ and amongst the refugees. And so you can pray, for salvations. They can also pray for the health of the pastors and obviously for the war to be brought to a conclusion.
Yeah, so good, Rob. Well, Rob, thank you for that update. If people want to get in touch with you and maybe want to give to future projects over there, how do they reach out, Rob, or how do they do that?
Yeah, they can reach me through my Facebook page or Instagram, and Rob Porter. They will be able to find me there. Other to that, that's the best way they can find me.
Well, as I said, great having you with us. I'm excited that the Australian Church is actually investing over into the Ukraine. I know our government has sent them some military vehicles and different things and some assistance there, but isn't it good that the Christians in Australia are also rallying and being a blessing in a part of the world that's really going through a challenge? And well done to you, Rob, that you had the guts to go there and the team with you. So thank you for joining us on Rise and Shine this morning.
Thank you guys so much. We really appreciate you giving us a shout out as well.
Thanks for taking time to listen to this audio on demand from Vision Christian Media. To find out more about us, go to vision.org.au.